Beyond the Gate spoilers for the week of November 3rd to 7th suggest that Joey Armstrong, John Lindstrom, will admit he offed Doug McBride, Jason Graham, to Vanessa McBride, Lauren Beaulieu, while Ashley Morgan, Jen Jacob, will catch Derek Baldwin, Ben Gavin, standing up from his wheelchair. The BTG weekly preview just dropped, so it's time to talk about all the craziness that is set to unfold in Fairmont Crest. The promo opens with Vernon Dupree, Clifton Davis, in his mansion. He's all hush-hush on his mobile with someone unknown, as he insists he knows what he's doing and to let him do things his way. As the scenes shift, he's arriving at the local hotel and knocks on a room door. While the woman opening the door cannot be seen, she has short hair. However, from behind, she looks a lot like Leslie Thomas, Trisha Mangrant, donning one of her funky wigs. Why would Vernon be secretly visiting the very woman who's launched such a terrible attack on his family? Across town, Shanice Johnson, Ernestine Johnson, is at the nurse's station, presumably talking to Derek on the phone. She warns her friend and patient that if he doesn't confess soon, he'll regret it. The next clip shown is Derek, standing up from his wheelchair, just as Ashley walks into their apartment. Ashley happily proclaims, "OMG, this is incredible. Look at you." Meanwhile, there's a wave of relief on Derek's face, as he awkwardly smiles. As the Beyond the Gates promo for the week of November 3rd to 7th continues, Martin Richardson, Brandon Claiborne, is at home and is telling Samantha Richardson, Nadja Jackson, that this is her last day. From the sounds of things, Martin will likely ground Samantha from being the Chelsea Cat Purse's brand ambassador. Samantha is very emotional when she asks him why he would take my dream away, and then boldly exclaims, "I hate you." Bradley Smitty Smith, Mike Manning, and Tyrell Richardson, Jaden Lucas Miller, are there when this all goes down. Samantha then storms out of the house, as Smitty tells her to, wait. Is Samantha running away from home? From one angered daughter to another, the next clip in the BTG preview shows Ted Richardson, Keith D. Robinson, at the hospital with Eva Thomas, Amber Michelle, while Shanice is working at the nurse's station. Eva states, "I called him Dad," while Catherine Cat Richardson, Colby Mohammed, is shown, and the look of disgust on her face says it all. Nicole Dupree, Daphnee Duplaix, can be seen in the background as Cat states that she hopes he, Ted, enjoys the one daughter he has, because he can't have both of them, and then she storms off. As the Beyond the Gates weekly video closes, the last scene is Joey and Vanessa McBride, Lauren Beaulieu, at the country club. A woman interrupts their meal. However, it's not known exactly what she says to warrant an over-the-top response from Joey. The casino owner smugly states that he killed off Vanessa's husband so he could have her all to himself. Vanessa is then shown, looking horrified, and the preview is done. Beyond the Gate spoilers hint that Joey will fluff the statement off as a joke, but will Vanessa start to see just how dangerous her new love interest really is? The air in Port Charles had turned crisp, carrying the scent of fallen leaves and impending secrets. Inside Kelly's diner, the usual clatter of plates and murmur of conversations felt like a distant soundtrack to the storm brewing in Joey Novak's chest. Across the cracked vinyl booth, Vanessa Marquez stirred her coffee, her expression a mixture of fond exasperation and deep concern. "You've been jumpier than a cat at the dog show all week, Joey. Is this about the trouble at the warehouse? Because if Cyrus is pressuring you again, we need to go to Sunny, or the police, or—" "It's not Cyrus," Joey interrupted, his voice rough. He stared at his own untouched mug, his knuckles white where he gripped it. The words he'd practiced for days lodged in his throat, barbed and dangerous. But the lie, the immense, foundational lie he'd built his life in Port Charles upon, had become a prison. Vanessa, with her unwavering loyalty and fierce heart, was both his warden and his only hope of parole. "Then what?" she pressed, reaching across to still his fidgeting hand. Her touch was warm, an anchor. It gave him the final, terrible courage. "It's about my name," he said, the words barely a whisper. Vanessa tilted her head, confused. "Your name?" Joey took a shuddering breath, his eyes lifting to meet hers. He saw his reflection in her dark eyes, the man she believed him to be. In a moment, that man would shatter. "It's not Joey. I mean, it is, but it's not Novak. My last name, it's not Novak." The diner's noise seemed to recede into a dull roar. Vanessa slowly retracted her hand, her brow furrowing. What are you talking about? Is this some kind of witness protection thing? Because I told you, whatever it is, we'll handle it. A bitter, helpless laugh escaped him. Witness protection would be simpler. Vanessa, my name is Joey Donovan. Doug Donovan was my father. The color drained from Vanessa's face. For a long, silent moment, she simply stared at him, the name clearly ricocheting through her memory. Doug Donovan. The name was a ghost in Port Charles, a specter of betrayal and violence from another era. He could see the exact second the connection solidified, her eyes widening in dawning horror. Doug Donovan. The man who tried to kill Robert Scorpio. Who terrorized this town. Her voice hitched as the final, most personal piece clicked. Who shot my father? He almost killed my dad during one of his schemes. I know, Joey whispered, the guilt of physical weight crushing his lungs. I know everything he did. The bombings, the extortion, the attempted murders. I was a kid when he went to prison for life. I was raised by my mom, who wanted nothing more than to forget his name, his legacy. We changed ours, moved, tried to start over. When I came here, to Port Charles, I just wanted to be someone else. Anyone else. So I used my mother's maiden name. Novak. Vanessa was shaking her head, not in denial, but as if to dislodge the awful truth. All this time, you've been lying to me. To everyone. To me, Joey. We're. She couldn't say the word partners. It felt poisoned now. Every day I wanted to tell you, he pleaded, his own eyes burning. But how do you say that? Hey, by the way, the guy you're falling for is the son of the man who put your father in a hospital bed. I saw how you talked about that time, the fear your family lived with. I was terrified of seeing that look in your eyes. He gestured weakly to her face. The exact look you have right now. What did you expect, Joey? Or Doug, or whoever you are, she hissed, lowering her voice as a couple glanced over. My father still has a limp because of your father. He has nightmares. You lied to me about your very identity while I let you in. A tear escaped, tracing a path down her cheek, and it felt like a knife in Joey's heart. I am not my father, he stated, his voice gaining a shred of strength. I spent my whole life running from him, trying to be the opposite of everything he stood for. That's the one thing that's true. My feelings for you, Vanessa, those are the truest thing about me. But I understand if you can't, if this changes everything.